guys, and welcome back to Musings with Jillian. High excitement on the channel because I have another HAED. First progress on my regular whip and my easy project. I have been working on Lady Hera by Mirabilia, and this is a picture of what it looked last time. Here's a picture of what it looks like now. So since the last time you saw it, I rolled it up and I spent a lot of time working on finishing her arm and this part of the wrap and then her dress and the ribbons here. So that was mainly my focus. And I think if I work any more on it this week and into next week, I'll go over here and do more of the curtain. So it's coming right along, and it's amazing how fast it stitches up. It's stitched 2/2 on 32 count linen, and it's been really great. The frame and stand I have it on are really great, and I can easily stitch two-handed, and it goes really fast. You know, 16 stitches per inch is like really easy compared to the other things I've been doing. So the other chart I've been doing is Heroes and Heroines by Amy Stewart at Heaven and Earth Design, and I haven't made a ton of progress on it. You'll see why in a second, but this is what I've done on it so far, and this is stitched 2/1 10 stitch on 25 count, easy count Lugana. The big excitement is that I started Treasure Hunt Bookshelf. Sorry for the glare. But this is a really popular pattern that I've seen. And I ended up getting the just the PDF, and I went ahead and started it. I actually found in my stash a very large piece of 28 count Lugana. Of course, I didn't take the time to grit it because I just wanted to start. So this is 2/1 10th stitch as well. It's just 28 count instead of 25 count. And I really, really love working on this. And it's interesting because on my two Heaven and Earth designs, I'm using kind of different methods. I mean, they're both Heaven and Earth designs by the same designer. Right now, they're both on the same size Q snaps. And I am, with both of them, using my combination of kind of like cross-country and parking. So I kind of work in an area with similar colors. I do all of one color there. And once I'm kind of out of my comfort zone, I'll find where that next stitch is and I'll park it and then leave it. Now for the first one, for Heroes and Heroines, I printed out, or I received the paper copy, large print format, and I'm using just highlighting. So I highlight in purple what I've done, and I highlight in yellow what I've parked. Easy. However, very differently, for Treasure Hunt Bookshelf, the Max Color version, I am using Goodreader on my iPad. And this has been really nice, and I'm surprised at how well I like it because it is, I'll just show you a little bit of the pattern. It is very easy to blow up, and I highlight in yellow what I've done, and in blue what I've parked, and in red if there's a problem stitch that I need to fix or go back and look at or go back and fill in or something like that. And I actually think that it goes a lot faster than having highlighters and a paper pattern. So I think that's really interesting. They share a lot of same colors. So as far as flosses go, these are all the flosses for Heroes and Heroines. And then I had to get a supplemental box for Treasure Hunt Bookshelf. So these are colors that are only in Treasure Hunt Bookshelf that are not in the other one. And I think Treasure Hunt Bookshelf has 160 colors in it. So a lot of colors. And it's funny that working on the two, I've actually found that Treasure Hunt Bookshelf has been a little bit easier at the beginning because there are sections of color and they tend to be a little bit bigger. So when I start a color, I can spend more time stitching on it before I have to park it and move on. So I feel like I've made much, much, much faster progress. And you can actually see that, so this one has the kind of orange and brown border here, and then there's a section of kind of blue, a section of greens, a section of gold, and more blue, and then more dark. So I was working with tons and tons and tons of colors on this, and it was kind of frustrating. And this one is mostly different types of blues with some little splotches of green, and so it just made it very, very, very easy to get more stitches done. And I think I've actually stitched probably the same amount on this in half the time. And I may hit sections in the future where it's opposite or they're the same, but for right now, you know, this is kind of the one I go to. And the other thing about this, and I've heard this on other videos, is the coverage is very different. So I like the coverage on the 28 count linen so much better. On the 25 count, I am not going to restart this by any means. I'll keep working, but especially when it's darker, when I'm up close, I just notice the white fabric showing through, and that really bothers me. So I have had to several times go back, or as I'm stitching and I see a hole, I'll use the same color and I'll do like another tent stitch to try to cover the white, and especially with it being white, it shows through. This Lugana is in a whisper color, and I really like that it's this kind of like light grayish blue because I think it's less likely to show through. So anyway, I think any future Heaven and Earth designs, hopefully I will be starting one soon. I really should not start one soon. I will choose 28 count over 25 count any day. And strangely enough, I thought when I saw the easy count, I thought, this is brilliant. I love it. My other one and only full coverage piece that I did, I actually had to grit it myself, and that was a beast. But I'm finding that I don't need to with this. And I think a big part of it is that I am using the park stitches to help myself count, because I don't remember each symbol for color really. So when I'm going back and trying to count to another stitch, I can use the stitches that have been done as well as the parked stitches to find my way. And that's been really useful. So far I haven't even had the thought that I would sit down and grid this, or, you know, ask somebody else to do it or anything like that. I don't want to take the time, and frankly, I don't need to. So anyway, are 2 HAEDs better than 1? Of course. Of course. I have been loving working on both of these. There is not enough time in the day to stitch, I will tell you. When I work on Mirabilia, that's all I want to work on. I love it. And then when I work on my HAEDs, those are all I want to work on, and I love it. And do I think I'm going to finish any of them? I hope I'll finish all of them. Realistically, cross fingers, I am hoping to finish the Mirabilia before 2020. So we'll see. And then the HAEDs, I mean, my last full coverage piece took me like 6 years, and it was the only thing I stitched on. So here's hoping it's less than 6 years. Oh, and the other thing I wanted to talk about is, in my last video, I had mentioned that I was having a really hard time sort of counting with the stitches just being diagonal instead of sort of forming the X's forming a square to count from. And I found that I've gotten a ton faster with counting. I do think this is going faster than doing full crosses. And I don't have any regrets. So I have no intention of restarting any of these. I just want to move forward, and they're beautiful and I love them. So thank you for listening to this fun whip update, and I have some good videos coming up. I have a nice unboxing for you finally, and maybe another start. So anyway, I will see you in another video. Thank you so much. Bye.